Hi, I'm Jonathan. I'm in our Fleetwood factory in Building 3, and I'm here to introduce the newest progeny from Fleetwood Sound and OMA, the Helios Loudspeaker. And we've been in this for 19 years, first with OMA and then Fleetwood Sound. And I'm very proud that we finally have been able to make something that's this compact, this good looking, this beautifully made, and at a price that is this accessible. So in this video, I just want to introduce this. In a subsequent video, I'm going to show you the different ways in which you can deploy this in your home or in your business. The name Helios derives from the sunray pattern on the front of the speaker, which Helios is the god of the sun in ancient Greece. And while that describes light, these things produce sound. And in most of the ancient cosmologies, you'll notice that sound is actually what precedes light. In the beginning was the word, not a Brahma in ancient Hindu culture. The Helios is a reflex ported speaker made out of 1-inch thick torrefied Pennsylvania oak. So that's oak that has been roasted. The reason it's dark is not because it's been stained. This wood has been cooked before we made the speaker, and this results in a very, very stable and tonally excellent sounding material to make the speaker from. And then it's hand-rubbed linseed oil finish, which is great because if you ever need to touch the finish up, you can do that yourself with no special tools or materials. There's a number of different stands and ways to use this, but the important thing is that we finally, after nearly 20 years, have been able to offer people a really excellent, beautiful speaker that sounds incredible at a price that's hard for me to believe, actually. And that's because when we got this factory, we were able to ramp up production, and finally we're able to offer a speaker which these will come in just under $5,000 a pair. It's also due to the fact that we turned our back on the way such things have always been sold for the last 40 or 50 years, which is through dealers and distributors. And that was something I experimented with, but we are selling these and all of our products now only directly, with the exception of our representatives in Dubai, the originals. So the way this speaker works is very interesting. It's ported. It's a reflex port with a very, very highly designed port mechanism inside, which I'm not going to divulge. The transducer is what made this speaker possible. Without this exact transducer, we could not make this loudspeaker, because I won't settle for inferior sound just to hit a size and a price point. We've never operated that way, and we never will. This is a truly exceptional transducer. It's a 5-inch driver. It's the only thing in the speaker that's not made by us. And it has a 5-inch woofer with a rubber surround, which is unusual for us. Only the Excelsior has a rubber surround, but when you ask a small woofer to have push a great deal of air, it has to have a rubber surround. But inside of this is a tiny horn. So you may think, well, I like Oswald Mill Audio and Fleetwood speakers because they have horns. This also has a horn. It's miniaturized. So in the center of this is a little horn and a little compression driver, which gives it the kind of efficiency that professional equipment has. Again, this is a professional transducer. These things are not made for the home market. To my knowledge, we're the only people in the world using these outside of pro audio. And we had to spend a lot of time and a lot of effort engineering the cabinet, the porting, the reflex porting, and the crossover network especially, to get the kind of sound out of this that it produces. So these speakers will only come in one or two flavors in terms of the finish, the dark torrefied, oak, and then perhaps a black oak, which you may see in a video that shows how the speakers can be used. It's as high efficiency as you can get out of this combination. We're going to offer it both in the passive version, meaning you have to connect it to a receiver, an amplifier, etc. But we're also going to offer it active. That will be more than $5,000, but still it'll be a very good deal because you'll be able to connect any streaming device to it and simply play from your phone, your computer, or whatever. And that's how most people are listening to music today. Furthermore, while the electronics inside will be ours and will be extremely high quality and optimized for the speaker, we get around the inevitable problem with consumer electronics of obsolescence in a time frame that's not acceptable to us, because these speakers are built in the same way that a piano, a fine guitar, violin are made. They're meant to last forever, as far as you or I are concerned. The problem, though, is when you make a speaker active, if you put all sorts of electronics in it that relate to how Bluetooth or Wi-Fi works, you know as well as I do, that stuff's going to be obsolete within a few years. And so then what are you going to do with the speaker? By making it so that you plug in that stuff into the speaker and the amps are inside, we ensure that you're going to be using these things for a good long time. And like all the rest of the Fleetwood Sound and OMA stuff, these carry a lifetime warranty. So these will become available shortly. And the one thing I can tell you is act fast, because while I wanted these things to be extremely accessible price-wise, and we've never come out with a speaker anywhere close to this in cost. Our next least expensive speaker is 3 times the price of this. I can't promise you what availability is going to be like. But finally, for all those people who said, well, OMA, Fleetwood Sound, super cool stuff, I'll never be able to afford it, maybe you will be now.